Jamie Vision, a fourth grade teacher at Bayou Chico Elementary School, where I'm currently Teacher of the Year. I'm very privileged to hold this title for our amazing school. My passion in life is education, and I'm so pleased to be part of the ever-changing educational system. What inspires me most, of course, is my family, my husband, and my 3 sons, but also my students past and present, who will always hold a special place in my heart. My vision is to inspire and educate all students to become successful. I aim to be a leader and a learner for my students, families, colleagues, and community. Thank you to everyone behind the scenes that chose to honor us tonight and to have this opportunity to recognize and show us all off. I'm truly honored to be part of my school, Bayou Chico Elementary, and the District of Evangeline Parish. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Markle. I'm honored to be Bayou Chico Elementary's Middle School Teacher of the Year. My passion is being an educator. My vision is to create a safe, welcoming environment in which my students can learn and grow. I strive to be a positive leader, an open-minded learner, and a trusted, competent professional so that I may serve my students and their families, my colleagues, and the community. Thank you so much for the distinction and special opportunity of being Middle School Teacher of the Year. I am so grateful to represent such a wonderful school and a wonderful school district.
I'm honored to be recognized for Teacher of the Year at Basile High School. I grew up in Basile. I have had a passion for music since childhood. I was a member of Basile's band from the 5th grade to the 12th grade, which I instilled my love and appreciation for music. I play and compose music professionally. I've been a member of the Eunice Community Concert Band and Choir since 2008. I have several pieces published, and I'm a member of the Louisiana Music Educators Association. My vision as a music educator is to see growth in my students in band, in regular education classes, and life in general. Being a band member helps my students gain self-confidence, camaraderie, and it teaches them responsibility. Being in band is a big commitment. Students are required to perform at football games, basketball games, concerts, parades, graduations, and music festivals. In closing, I would like to thank my students, administrators, supervisors, and fellow parish band teachers for all their support over the years.
Hello, my name is Ben Fontenot. I am the junior high teacher at Evangeline Central. I teach grades 6 through 8th. I teach all subjects in conjunction with a computer program called Edgenuity. The reason I became a teacher is to positively impact the youth of our community by helping them to become more educated. Higher levels of education has been associated with decreased statistical chances of negative life choices, which result in lower probabilities in things like jail and drugs. Higher levels of education have also been associated with higher probabilities of positive life choices, which can result in things like increased salary. As an educator, I have a unique opportunity to positively impact the future by educating our youth. And this is what excites me about being an educator.
Hi, my name is Tina Stagg, and I teach at James Stephens Montessori. I've been a teacher for 27 years. Most of those years have been in pre-K and kindergarten. I really enjoy teaching pre-K and kindergarten because I feel like it's a privilege to be a part of the beginning of a student's journey into school. I get to help teach them how to make relationships with other people, explore their environment, and foster the joy of learning. Teaching kindergarten is such a growth year. Many students will begin only with the understanding of numbers and some letters and sounds. They will end the year being able to write a message to their parents, write a note to a friend, or even read a book from the library. I get to be a part of the beginning of that journey. I get to be a part of the end as well. I like to think that what we do as kindergarten teachers helps students start out on a path to success, so that maybe someday, if they remember us, we'll be a part of the end of their journey when they become parents, graduates, learners, parts of their community. I think that is important for all teachers. Teachers are a part of students' journeys from the beginning to the end, and we need to remember that we have large impacts on their lives.
Hi, I'm Dawn Babineau. They asked us to talk about our why, or what inspires and excites us. My why is that I love children and I love seeing them grow. The growth from the beginning to the end of the year, or the beginning of the 9 weeks to the end of the 9 weeks. I love seeing their accomplishment, especially now that we're doing iReady. You really see their growth on a different level than just on a regular math test or a regular ELA test. And it excites me when I see those light bulbs going off in students whenever I'm teaching, especially math. You see it a lot. They don't get how to work a problem or how to do something, and then it's just like you see it in their eyes. It lights up, and that's my why and what inspires me to keep teaching and to keep loving it.
Miss Laura was a very big role model through my 6th grade year.
Ms. Laura made her class really fun for ELA and was a very good role model.
My name is Laura Reed, and I was chosen as Mamu High's Junior High Teacher of the Year. When I'm asked why I teach, my students are my why. The impact I have on my students makes it all worth it. I create a classroom environment in which my students are warm.
Hi, my name is Kate Lacaz, and I am a 4th year English and Fine Arts teacher at Mamu High School here in Evangeline Parish. Let's see. As an educator, I get inspired when I can learn alongside my students, when I can learn from my students and with my students. I get super excited when, for example, maybe in art, if we're working on a painting and I have this one student who struggles, they face obstacles while trying to complete the painting, they may want to give up in the middle, but when they reach the finish line and they look at their finished product and they can be proud and say, hey, I actually really like this. This is the first thing I like that I do. That is my why. That is the moment that I live for, when they are proud of their product and they're proud of what they can do and accomplish. My students and I watch each other grow. We work and learn alongside each other. I enjoy making genuine connections with my students so that I can help them get to where they want to be in my class, in their academic life, in their life beyond high school. I try to help as much as I can with their goals and their personal success. My vision as an educator is to create the perfect learning environment where I can foster self-expression, positive growth mindset. I also want to focus on exposure to other cultures, to arts, to literature, to life beyond what they are familiar with, in a good way. I want to show them that the world is a beautiful place and we deserve to see it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rachel Doucette, and I decided to become a teacher after I started college and began substitute teaching at Ville Platte High. I absolutely loved it. I loved being around the kids, and that's when I realized I had to go to school to become a teacher. I take teaching seriously. I think of teaching more as a calling than as a job. It's not about the money. It's really not about the time off, although I do enjoy that a lot, but it's about making a difference in kids' lives. Some of these students that we teach have no one. Some of these students have horrible experiences, and we might be the only ones that can touch them and make a difference. I think being a teacher holds a lot of responsibility because I have the power to affect a kid positively or negatively. As I'm getting older and look back on my life, there is no profession that I would rather be in than education.
Hi, my name is Lauren Powell. I teach 4th grade math and science at Vedrine Elementary, and this is my 4th year into teaching, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. Part of my enjoyment comes from my students, the parents that I work with, and my co-workers as well. It's all like a family over here. Part of my reason why I'm a teacher, I love the aha moments my students get when they finally grasp a concept. Another thing is whenever they finally have the courage to talk about things, come up on the board, solve a problem, and then finding themselves as people as well. And then watching them grow up and become good citizens. I enjoy watching them learn and grow. Another thing is I get to build relationships with them. As a teacher, you were with them most of the year. And just watching them grow, even the kids I've taught in the past, I've always called them my kids, even if they're not with me anymore, they're still a part of me and part of my heart. Since I became a teacher, I've learned something new every day. It can be from learning to solve a math problem that I never thought was possible. And I think the most important takeaway for me is learning more about myself as a person, learning what I'm capable of, and pushing myself to do my best every single day for these kids. Teaching is not always easy. Some days are hard, but at the end of the day, I know this was my calling, and this is why I teach.
Hey everyone, my name is Brittany Como. I am the 6th grade ELA and Social Studies teacher at Vedrine Elementary in Evangeline Parish. I have been teaching for about 4 going on 5 years, and I haven't always done this. I am so thankful to be a teacher and to have started my journey in Vedrine, but I have only been here, like I said, for 4 years at the end of this year. I worked in the medical field for about 6 years, and I think that was just a placeholder for me. I knew God had a bigger picture, a bigger plan for my life. I do have, at the time, I had 2 small children, so I wanted to spend as much time with them as I could. So getting into teaching allowed me to have that time with them. But I think that it opened up so many more doors for me, and it allowed me to see what I was supposed to do with my life. And that brings me into our leader, learner, co-worker, parents and communities, structure that we have for Teacher of the Year. Being a leader is so important. You have to instill in these children that you are their leader, that you are here to guide them when they need help, not only as in an educational sense, but just in life, you know, to lead them in the right direction. I know I've dealt with so many situations in these last 4 years that, you know, it wasn't always educational. It was just helping them through a certain situation in life, and that meant so much to me, and that's what drives me every day. Also being a learner, you know, I'm learning constantly, learning about these kids, learning different personalities, learning different ways to approach a situation. So constantly learning and having to be open to learn at all times. Also being able to just coexist with coworkers, with different, you know, types of family situations, different parents and things like that is very, you know, challenging, you know. So I've definitely seen from one end of the spectrum to the next as far as working with different coworkers and dealing with different families and parents of these children, but I would not have it any other way. I think they all have their best intentions, coworkers and families alike. It's been such a blessing to be a part of this Evangeline Parish community, and I would not have it any other way. I'm so thankful, and I cannot wait to see where the rest of this educational journey leads me.
My name is Tamara Swallow, and I am Ville Platte Elementary's Elementary Teacher of the Year nominee. This is my first year in special education. My vision for this year is to create a classroom environment that values uniqueness of all students as well as respect for each other's passions. My passion is to create an engaging environment and inspire others to continue on a lifelong journey of learning. What inspires me, excites me, and ignites me are the wonderful students who I'm privileged to teach every day, as well as all of the staff of the Special Education Department and service providers, because we work so wholly as a team to give our children a loving, learning environment. I inspire my students to do their very best by encouraging them to continue on a path that may be difficult, and also being positive for those things that they are able to achieve. I'm excited that my students are continuing on their learning journey and are making strides every day. I know when I am successful, when I have created an environment for my students where they can voice their interests, their concerns, and know that they have a listening and caring ear for each other. Again, I'm Tamara Swallow, Ville Platte's nominee for Teacher of the Year, Elementary.
Hi, I'm Justina Capane. I teach special needs students 5th and 6th grades. The thing that inspires, excites, and ignites me as a teacher is an ability to make real differences in the lives of students. As a special education teacher, it inspires me to help students find their unique talent as well as their best interests and their dreams in life. Some special needs students usually get bullied in school due to lack of communication, presentation, organization, and following directions. These groups of students are usually misunderstood by their peers. Their resilience to the harsh treatment of their peers motivates me to help them succeed in life.
Hi, I'm Melanie Delahousie. I am proud to say I am Ville Platte High School's Middle School Teacher of the Year for 2022-2023 school year. I teach 7th grade math and science. I've been at Ville Platte High School for 9 years. This is my 20th year of teaching. I'm proud to say my vision for my students is to be a positive, constructive, trusting role model for all of my students. I reward them for their hard work and their self-growth. My passion is to nourish the souls of these students, not only just for 1 year, but for a lifetime. My aspiration is to leave a positive, lasting impression in my students' hearts and minds. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Pamela Callahan. I'm a fourth grade teacher at W.W. Stewart in Basile. I teach math and science. I was asked to spend 1 minute talking about what motivates me to do what I do, what inspires me. And I spent a few days trying to think about what I could say. And the other day I was cleaning out some papers at my desk at home, and I came across this note written to me by a student who has now moved on. And I'd like to read you part of that. Dear Miss Pam, thank you for being an awesome teacher. Roses are red, violets are blue. You're mostly a teacher, but you're a superstar too. Your heart is as kind as a shining day, although you might be tired after each long day. You knew I was sad at the book fair, but you knew you had to make it fair, and you knew I would be so unaware. My heart was so touched, and you quite knew that I love you, and I do. That is why I teach.
Hello, my name is Darla Wharton, and I have the proud honor of representing Basile High School by being selected as their Teacher of the Year and as Evangeline Parish's Miss Impact. You could say that Evangeline Parish Public Schools are rooted deeply within my DNA and have greatly contributed to my teaching framework. As a graduate of Vidrine High School, I believe that I was blessed to have had amazing parent educators and many wonderful teachers who gifted me with great compassion and tremendous knowledge that I'm still able to utilize in my own classroom today. Now that I'm the one on the other side of the desk, being able to observe the achievements of my own students is what inspires me to continue learning and improving both personally and professionally in ways that are more innovative, enduring, and most of all, fun. For example, through my partnering with the Louisiana Department of Education over the last several years, I was able to develop grade-level appropriate models of content material and assessments for Algebra 1 students, which resulted in the 117% increase of my students' scores on their district-created assessments, with 97% of my subpopulation students meeting or exceeding their goals for the year. Meaningful achievement takes heart, or math, is the mantra of my classroom. As an educator, I truly feel that there is no greater excitement than to watch your students grow into successful learners as their futures unfold. Successful careers are derived from a foundation of successful learning. It is my hope that each of my students, past, present, and future, achieve the highest level of success possible. And if lucky, maybe a few of them might even find their way back into a classroom of their own, just as I did, as the next generation of teacher in Evangeline Parish. Thank you so much.
Initiative that I'm leading in my classroom is to embrace uniqueness. The lessons and activities are designed to encompass young citizens to have their hands on and their minds on, engaging classroom culture that would definitely connect my students with the community and stakeholders. I've invited a local personnel in the community to come and speak with my students to show them the passion it takes to make a difference. And students need to be connected with the world around them and what is going on in it. I have an ongoing activity involving my students, Escape the Vape campaign, to raise awareness of the negative effects of vaping. The main idea behind vaping and the health issue it causes, not only does it affect our health negatively, but it is anticipated that it will harm the health of our future generations. Looking into the modern societal issues that are relevant and close to our home for us, we are maximizing the impact on our community through doing science. Pathways to Success were created for students, teachers, and school through Facebook posters and pledge cards being placed at at different locations. We distributed more than 600 pledge cards that students voluntarily picked up. I've also received appreciative text messages from the parents. The academic impact is reflected in the students' ability to focus more. They feel less stressed out when given an assignment. Proof of the impact, I've compared assessment that showed growth from the of a 74% to a 91% this year. We also have a PBIS house system that tracks the discipline referrals. There has been a tremendous drop in the use of tobacco since October, when we had 4 high school students and 5 middle schoolers. That dropped to 2 among high schoolers and none among the middle schoolers in the month of December. This success is a direct result of the relationship my colleagues and I have built with our students and their parents and guardians, while providing them with the social and emotional support they required. The status of this project is ongoing, as consistent motivation and support is required. I will continue to use real-world connections in my class to prepare my students to work on building towards self-care, self-sufficiency, and accept their
An initiative that I'm leading in my classroom that has created pathways to success for students, teachers, schools, and stakeholders is for myself and my students to be unplugged. This simply translates into taking full advantage of the undivided attention from the students while they are not distracted by their devices. We unplug. Small groups of students with student leaders discuss and interact. Role models such as teachers that have authored their own books from our campus serve as an inspiration for reading and writing. Leader jobs are available and allow students to read to younger students. Partnering with the local meteorologists and Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries, they provide real-life connections, reinforce classroom learning, and provide hands-on experiences with native reptiles. This opens doors to the outside world. The impact of this work is evident in LEAP scores of both regular education students and special education students. Last year, students achieved 88% growth on their LEAP scores. Remarkable Resource students displayed 100% growth with 75% proficient on LEAP. Currently, 80% of my focus students are showing growth of at least 1 grade level since the beginning of the year iReady diagnostic assessment. Evidence of success is also displayed in reading fluency improvement, building background knowledge, and the ability to properly use discussion talk. My role as a leader for this work is discovering ways to keep students engaged, interested, and longing for more. The status of this work is ongoing and changing daily in order to meet not only the academic but social-emotional needs of the students. Next steps include researching ways to maximize meaningful interactions in the classroom that will reflect in academic scores. This is the precious window of time that children are not hypnotized by a screen. We are free to explore without competing with the distractions of our technology-led world. So each day, my initiative is to unplug and provide my students with as much positive interaction as possible.
An initiative I am passionate about and currently leading in my classroom is addressing Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which states before students can reach self-actualization, they must first feel loved and accepted. My passion is meeting each student where they are and working to make them the best that they can be. I believe building a pathway to success for students begins one relationship at a time. I present to you the power of one. My school serves 389 students, with 57% being economically disadvantaged. 34.4% of children living in Louisiana are growing up in father-absent homes. Family engagement is one of the most powerful predictors of children's development, educational attainment, and success in school and life. The classroom experience can help encourage and support children who live in environments where education is not a priority or lacks financial or emotional support. By building relationships and meeting the children where they are, I've seen many students overcome severe obstacles in their educational journey. The results of my efforts can be seen in many areas. Attendance is up, behavioral issues and referrals are down. Last year, 88% of my students showed growth on the end-of-the-year math diagnostic test. 93% either maintained their achievement level or grew at least one achievement level on their leap. This success is the direct result of the relationships I have built with my students. My desire is to expand this initiative to teachers across the state and even across the country. I believe the key to building successful academic pathways for students begins with every student being loved and accepted. Rita Pearson, a retired educator, once said, "Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be. I am the one."